Today we're talking about skin and how it changes as we age. And me at 53 at the time of recording this is very aware of the skin changes. I thought I had this down. I thought I understood. And even though I regretted sun exposure when I was younger, I thought I'd been taking really good care of my skin, wearing a hat, using mineral-based sunblock. But those little brown spots start to show up, those little lines, especially as our hormones start to change. And before we even get into my guest today and why I want to have her on, I am on HRT. I'm doing hormone replacement. I was using an amazing skincare regimen, but I was still seeing a lot of those signs of aging. So one of these burning questions I have had, and I've asked my audience, and I've asked many of you listening, what do you actually recommend for skin? And can we actually truly reverse the signs of aging? And do we have to use a lot of gadgets and a ton of product? Or is there really something that can contribute to changing the way that our skin ages? I've tried a ton of products. Lots of things have been sent to me. I've tried oils. I've used light. I've done all the things, and I love all of them. They all contribute. But there is a product that I recently started experimenting with that has actually changed the way my skin feels. And I'm starting to see how it's shifting the way that it looks. So today, I'm really excited to introduce Alessandra to Midlife Conversations today. She is the Chief Scientific Officer of OneSkin. Now, the reason I wanted to dive into this topic is OneSkin is a topical peptide, a proprietary OS-01 peptide. And I have a lot of questions for her on how she discovered this, how it actually works, some of the results she's seeing, and who should be using this and when should we start using it. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Natalie, for having me. I'm so excited for diving into all this conversation.
So let's back up a minute. How did this even become a topic to you? Because just looking at you, your skin looks phenomenal. I mean, you are a walking advertisement yourself. I asked her age at the beginning of this, and she is on the younger side of midlife. She's 37, but we're not basing this just on her phenomenal skin. I want to hear how you even fell into this and why you got so interested in this.
Yes, definitely. So I would start from the beginning. And as you can see from my accent and my name, I'm not from the US. I'm from Brazil originally. I was born and raised in Brazil. And from a young age, I was always fascinated about science. I wanted to find a cure for cancer. I wanted to clone my family so I would never lose them. I had all those ideas when I was like 10, 12, 13 years old. And then I went to college and I started studying biology, and I knew I wanted to study stem cells and how to grow organs in the lab. So I never thought at that age that I would be like leading the science of a beauty company, but I always wanted to do something. I was always interested in real science and things that can help people's life. So throughout, like after college, my master and my PhD, I was specializing on stem cells and tissue engineering, how to grow organs in the lab. And my PhD specifically, I was interested on skin wound healing. So I was studying how to associate stem cells with biomaterials to promote better wound healing. And I did this throughout my PhD. And eventually, even after my PhD, I moved to Portugal and I continue my research and studies on wound healing and how to improve scar tissue. And then in 2017, I had some colleagues from Brazil that were doing they had finished their PhD on the same lab that I, also researching stem cells, very three other female scientists eager to do something that could be translated to people's life. So one of them, Carolina, had moved to San Francisco to start the idea of OneSkin in an accelerator program that they have here in San Francisco. And then she called me, invited me to join this early team and to lead the science of this new company, which the goal was not yet to have a product, but to understand skin aging, the importance of skin aging and the biomarkers of skin aging. And at the end, to validate, in this crowded market, what really works or not.
Yeah. And it's confusing because we don't understand it. I want to start with I think the go-to with anti-aging or aging, reversing the way that skin ages has been retin-A and hydroquinone, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And that's one of them is a bleaching cream and the other one retin-A. Do you know much about those and why not use those?
So yes, definitely. When we started, these are the gold standard products for skin. And if you look at them, they were like developed on the 50s. They were like found to be helping on skin aging, but they were not designed to address root causes of skin aging. And that was the point that started to fascinate me when we started this research, is that the product out there, they are not targeting root causes of skin aging. And the science of aging has evolved so much on other areas, but none of those science was yet applied to skin. And then when you look like retinoids, they are inducing cell turnover. So they induce that peeling effect on the skin, which leads to a better appearance looking of the skin, but does not treat what's causing skin aging. And at the same time, it can be very irritative, especially for those who has sensitive skin. So I always had sensitive skin, and my skin was not always like flawless like it is right now. And I always, when I went to a dermatologist, they recommend me retinoids, and I would try to use, and my skin would get more red, more irritated, and was such a frustrating process. And then I saw myself starting to investigate this in the lab, and starting to understand that really they can give some good results, but they are not targeting what's causing skin aging, what is driving the process of collagen loss, of the weakness of the epidermal layer, and of the, how I say, melanocyte dysfunction that will likely lead to those age spots.
So the reason I personally stopped using Retin-A and hydroquinone, if I'm even pronouncing that right, I really liked using those. I thought that we were supposed to use them. The reason I stopped is my liver numbers changed. So I do my blood work every 90 days, and I noticed I had high liver enzymes, and the only thing I could attribute it to was those two products. So I stopped using it because they do get in your system. And I thought, okay, if that's doing that to my liver numbers, I don't want that for my skin. So that's why I had stopped that. So I had switched to just eating collagen, red light, using some heavy oils. I liked castor oil, things like that. But then unfortunately, my skin started getting not better. It started getting, not that those aren't great things, they're great things, but I started noticing after stopping Retin-A and hydroquinone, I was getting the brown spots back. I started getting more fine lines, especially above my lips. So I was excited to go dive into this, which is topical peptide. So can you explain how that works? Because I think a lot of us have been taught that topical wouldn't work. We have to eat it. It has to be part of the inside.
I think like the best is the combination of both. It's not that topical does not work, but it's not also all that you eat will work by itself. If you do only one and don't do both a little bit right, you kind of like, you're not working holistic on your body, and you will not have the best results. So the best result comes when you're doing both approaches on the best way. So the topical is very interesting. When you are ingesting collagen, yes, some collagen can like help minimizing the loss on the skin, but that collagen, it's being degraded on your intestine, and the peptides, the collagen breakdown is going to your whole body. So it's not that it's specifically just filling the gap that is needing on the skin, it's an overall gap. When you're applying something topically, a peptide topically is acting exactly on the skin. So it's kind of like boosting the production of collagen on the skin. So the combination of using those two approaches usually is when you will get the best benefits. Because also if you only apply like good products on your skin, but you eat poorly, you don't take care of your sleep, you have bad habits in general, you will also like not get the results that you are looking for.
So, okay, true story here. And I'm going to ask you questions about the peptide and how this actually works. So few months back, I had gone all natural. Like I was sharing with my audience, like I'm detoxing everything. I want all natural. Like don't talk to me if it's not natural. Like everything is fully 100% natural. So I got rid of my Retin-A, got rid of the hydroquinone, got rid of all my skincare products, and went to straight just oil, red light, eating collagen. like literally that's it. I was washing my face with oil. Like it wasn't, I was doing nothing. And my skin started actually not looking its best. Okay. And actually I had my makeup artist was doing my makeup for something. And I said to her, do you notice these little lines, like they came out of nowhere. And she said, yes. She goes, let me ask you, did you go to all natural products? I was like, yeah, I did. She goes, that's what's wrong. Sometimes science is good. So I went to my esthetician and I said, I don't care what I need, but I need good products. Like give me all the things. I just need to fix this. So almost $1,000 later, like ridiculous. I spent like a ridiculous amount of money on just, I don't even know what she gave me. I was like, I don't even care about the ingredients. Just give it to me. So I get home and I have like 8 different products. I'm doing all this stuff for a month. And I'm like, wait, this is a lot of steps. And I'm not necessarily seeing a difference yet. And I know it's a long time. And that's when I came across OneSkin. So I stopped doing all of that. I switched over to the cleanser, the OS-01 peptide and the mineral block. And that's all I use now on this. And so I wanted to share that because I know a lot of people listening can relate to like, you're either all natural or you're going to do all the things. And there's kind of this middle ground where we could do something a lot simpler. So let me ask you, like, why is this actually working? And what is in that OS-01 peptide? Why is it called that?
Yeah, that was an awesome story. And before I answer the question, like a lot of people goes with this idea of like all natural is better, but everything is chemical. Like water is a chemical molecule, and people get like afraid of, oh, the word is chemical, is not natural, but it does not exist. This such a thing of like a chemical not being something natural as well. What I always like to say, like things can be toxic, and that is what you don't want. So the combination of science and novel molecules, if the research is done correctly, it will benefit. It will allow your skin or your cells like to act better. While like if you're only using oils, yeah, you are protecting your skin barrier, but you're not helping or adding anything to your cells that may be important. So the idea of like, oh, just going 100% natural is the way to go. It's a little bit like as your experience, like
Yeah,
your skin.
it didn't work. Take it from me.
Yeah,
It didn't work. Going extreme made me look older, period.
Ah,
So if you don't care about that, awesome. It's
yeah.
like that. For me, I kind of care. So I didn't like it. I didn't like what it was doing to my skin to go fully 100%. So now I'm like a middle ground. And I think yours is actually a really good compromise here. So tell us, what is this OS-01? What is that?
So this is a novel peptide, and the way we found this peptide is because we were researching skin aging. Why the skin, when we are getting older, produce less collagen, start having collagen breakdown, sagging, hyperpigmentation. One of the reasons why is because we start accumulating damaged cells that are cells that secrete inflammation and that contributes to this like dysfunctional tissue. None of the ingredients on the natural products, they are not targeting those cells. Even retinol is not targeting these cells. Retinol is making your skin peel and like improve
It's shedding like a snake. It's like, yeah.
But so it improves the appearance, but those senescent cells, zombie cells as we call, they still present in the skin and they still secrete inflammation that's leading to the signs of age on the skin. So what we did in our research was search specifically for a novel molecule that would switch off those damaged cells, that would reduce the burden caused by those zombie cells and reduce the accumulation of that. So the end result is that when you have less of what's driving aging, you have a skin that can be functioning stronger and healthier, so producing more collagen and improving the appearance of the skin. So after researching over 900 peptides, we identified the OS-01 peptide. That's a novel molecule, and our research shows that reduce the inflammation of those zombie cells, improves DNA repair, meaning that makes the skin function better in avoiding to become a damaged cell. And with that, the skin produces more collagen, has a stronger skin barrier, and the results, like when you see the application, is that it's smoother with less fine lines and more firmness and elasticity.
Okay, now I have not been using it long enough at the time of this, so I'm probably going on about 2 months, and I can definitely feel a difference in my skin. I can feel a difference. I don't know that I fully see it yet, but I'm also looking at my face every single day, so I'd have to do a comparison. How long does this take to, and is that like sort of what people notice first, is how it feels and then the appearance, or what is the process?
Yeah, so usually like you start to noticing that something's getting better. From our clinical studies, we do 3-month analysis, so after 12 weeks, and then we have significant changes and measured by instruments, analyzed by dermatologists that the skin It's improved the appearance in terms of being firmer, more elastic.
And I feel that at 2 months. I definitely already, and it's not even
Right.
been
When
three
you touch
months.
the skin,
Yeah.
you feel that
I
the
can
skin.
feel that. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like here too, because I've been putting it on. I've been using the whole body one too,
Yeah.
but I definitely feel that difference. Also, I noticed like, okay, you know, when you put like a regular lotion on or it absorbs into your skin and you don't feel it the next day, like you put it on after. This one, it's almost like you just put it on. It stays, feels like that always. It always feels like you just put it on fresh.
Yeah, it maintains the moisture of the skin. So one data that we have very strong is like that keep the hydration of the skin. That's why you have this feeling. And I love the body lotion. It's one of my favorite products that your skin, your whole body is just locking the moisture. And the body lotion is a very interesting product because when we found this peptide and we decided at that time in 2019, we were just a group of scientists doing research and we identified this new molecule that we thought we would license, but then we saw better like use of the molecule if we brought this to the market and developed product. So we developed first the face moisturizer, the OS-01 face, and our second product was the body lotion because for us it's as important to treat your face, it's important to treat your skin in your body. Not only because of the appearance, but because of the function of the skin for your aging. And usually, especially when you are my age or younger, you always forget about your body, but later on, the skin in the body start to get super thin. And when you cross like 60, 70 years old, it starts like to tear, like to bruise more easily. Because of the aging process that happened on the skin that you never took care of it. So
Totally.
really
But I
like,
feel like even when we do think we're taking care of it, like I was thinking I was taking care of mine, it still starts showing. I would say it like around menopause, you really start seeing the changes because of that drop in estrogen and things like that. It starts changing because I've always been thought I had pretty decent skin, but all of that stuff starts really showing up, at least for me in my 50s. I know that you can change the moisture and you can change how it feels. Can you also, and even the fine lines because of that, can you change brown spots or melasma?
so they are all connected. The brown spots are also starting to appear more because of like dysfunction on the skin tissue, and then the melanocytes are producing more melanin. So it's all indirectly correlated. When you like treat the root cause of what's leading to the skin aging, you kind of addressing all of the signs of it. It will not be this approach of our peptide. It's not as a fast approach to reduce like dark spots. It reduces with time and helps reduce the appearance of novel spots. So we always like to see our line, our routine as an essential part of your skincare routine that will help your skin for the long term, but you can always associate with other techniques that can help improving the appearance a little bit more faster, like different kind of lasers or red light therapy, microneedling, other things that you can do together to stimulate even more the healing process on your skin, while our peptide will be continue to avoid like that, will deaccelerate that aging process.
Got it. Okay. When you're looking at your product line, you don't have like a lot of things, which I like that it's sort of simple. How important is it to use it all together? Does it matter? Like, for instance, I have your whole system. I have the body, I have the eye cream, I have the face wash, I have the mineral sunblock, and I have the peptide for the face. Like, first of all, like, is it important to use it all as a system? Can somebody use their own face wash if they like? How important is it to use it all together?
Yeah. So our line is basically like the essential steps that you need for like taking care of your skin. So you need to clean your skin, you need to moisturize your skin, and you need to protect from sun damage. All of our products, aside of the cleanser does not contain our peptide because it's a washout. They contain our peptide. So the body one is the one that you need for your whole body compared to the face. And the face, the eye cream is more targeting when you have more signs of aging around the eye. This cream has a higher concentration of the peptide. So it's more for when your skin is more already damaged. A lot of times people also use on neck or around the mouth.
The eye cream they'll use there? Okay.
And then you have the next step of the sunscreen. If you're using the full line, you're getting the most out of the peptide. But if you already have a different routine, if you add at least one product, you will already be helping your skin by adding this type of ingredient that none of the other products are having. And it works pretty well with other products as well. So it can be used combined. It's not essential, like you can also keep more simple the routine, and you will find everything that you need in the combination of the three products.
If you are using other products, like let's say you love using a vitamin C or you love using whatever your estrogen cream on your face or whatever it is there a proper order? Like does the peptide need to be put on first?
Yeah. So from the data, the research that we do in the lab, we always we receive skin samples from leftover plastic. Okay. And we treat with different products to analyze what it's going to do to the skin or not. And from our research, we apply first our product because you get more of the absorption.
Okay.
That said, it's not that depending on the type of serum that you have, or if it's very thin, it will not interfere that much. Anything that is heavier, I would say to add afterwards, but it goes well with other products. And if you already have a sunscreen that you love, you can use the face peptide and the sunscreen that you love on the top.
But yours is a mineral-based one, correct?
It's mineral-based, and so I love that product.
Can you explain that to people? Because I know there's a lot of concern about sunblocks being toxic, like a lot of the chemicals, but mineral base is not that. Can you just speak a little into that?
Yeah. So the chemical sunscreen, there is a risk that can go to your bloodstream, that they can penetrate your skin. But it's important to notice that there are some studies that shows the negative effect of using those chemical sunscreen on your systemic body. But usually the studies are done when you apply a huge amount of sunscreen, like every day, which is not what usually people do. So it's not that chemical is completely bad, but there is some risks. So that's why we decided when we were doing a sunscreen to go with mineral that's safer. We decide to go with more of a safe route of a sunscreen that creates a layer that blocks the UV rays on top of your skin, and there is no chance, at least there is no study showing that has any side effect, toxic effect to your body.
So my understanding, and you're the scientist, not me, but my understanding is with mineral, you're almost like repelling, like the sun's bouncing off, where the chemical, it's just kind of trapping it within, right? So to me, I know there's a whole train of thought on not using sunblock or sunblock. I'll tell you what, my face is going to always have sunblock and I'm always going to wear a hat. So I'm going to go with the mineral one. And I like yours. What I also love about yours is you have two different face sunblocks that I tried. I don't typically love mineral sunblock because it's white and it makes your face white, but they have a tinted one. So it's super cool. So you put it on and it's almost like a little light layer of foundation. So your skin just looks better from it. And you don't get that white, pasty, weird glow that we see sometimes. I know you've seen that with some of the crazy natural sunblocks are white.
Yeah, what I love is that we got to a formula that you don't feel that you're applying a sunscreen because it really spreads super easily, and the tinted one, it just does not leave any white cast. And we're even evolving next summer to get more deeper tones on our tinted version. And one other thing that I love about this sunscreen is that we also combine powerful antioxidants in the formula. So we compare to several vitamin C serum, and we have the same or even higher power than a vitamin C serum.
Wow.
You can even skip the step of the serum by using our sunscreen.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. So that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have minimized. I bought all that stuff, the other stuff, and I'm why did all these steps? And I'm this is way simpler. This is easier.
Yeah, for me, I'm a very practical person. I always liked for things more simple. And that's the goal of OneSkin. OneSkin wants to provide gentle, simple, and effective products. So it's not our goal to complicate, but to bring the essential products that you need to keep your skin healthier. And if you want to complement with others, some people love to use, they like the routine. They are used to have those long steps. That's okay as well. Products are very safe to be combined with other.
Not me. When I'm tired and ready for bed, I'm like, I want to go to bed. I want to just wash my face, put some quick thing on, and go to sleep. I don't want to do 20 steps at night. That's me. Yeah, no, this is great. So when you talk about this peptide, this OS-01, is that your unique peptide? Because like a lot of people listening also go to their doctor and get peptide injections and things like that. Is that something that could also be done that way?
No, this peptide is proprietary by OneSkin. So after we discovered, we own a patent on this peptide.
Okay.
And its application so far is only described for topical application.
Topical.
I mean, in theory, and we thought in the beginning of exploring like more intravenous application of peptide and of all the power that this could lead. But because it's a novel molecule, to go to all that route, it needs a lot of study on safety before anyone starts injecting this peptide, and then would just like move the focus of the company. We're a small company, so we decided to focus. We want to treat the skin. And we do see benefits on topical application. So that's where we want to be.
Okay. How many people or who is ideal for this to help? And I'm asking this because I have listeners that have like deep wrinkles right now. They really have their skin is not what they want. It's been years of this declining. Is there hope for reversing that with this? Like real hope, like, or what? Help me with those people.
Honest. Like independently on the journey, where you are in the journey, this product you will have benefits because it's targeting some of the root cause of aging and is slowing down the accelerating this aging process. It can also reverse a little bit, and we measure this in the lab that because you slow down those damaged cells, you reverse the biological age of the skin. But there is a limitation to the power of how much this can do. So if you're like on your 70s, 80s with a skin that's already deeply wrinkled, this product will still benefit. You will feel your skin healthier and a little bit stronger. Will reduce a little bit the appearance, but it will not make your skin.
Okay. Well, thank you for being honest with that, because it's very hard for us to see this when we see advertising. We're like, not with you guys, but just in general, we see ads and it's like, it's hard to know what to believe, what not to believe. What about the woman in her 50s? Like, so me, for example, I'm starting to see like the starting of it. Is that ideal for this?
This is ideal. Like this point when you're starting to see the visible signs of aging and you're seeing the changes that's happening on your skin is actually a good time to start, because what is happening is changes in your hormonal levels, but they are also being influenced by those damaged cells. They start their damage start to show up more. So when you minimize that, you're definitely helping your skin to become healthier, stronger, and to deaccelerate this aging process on your skin.
And just to make sure I'm clearly understand, you can use it with other products, but do you put it on first? Like, should this be the first thing you put on after washing your face?
We prefer to be the first to ensure more absorption of the peptide. But if you use it as a second layer, you will still see benefits. But we always you want to take the most, put it as first. At least if during the day you want to add something else, at least at night, put it at the first step to more.
What about someone younger? So like we're talking like 30s, 20s. Do you recommend they start this before there's issues?
I think the earlier you start, preventing is always easier than reversing. So the earlier, I would say after end of 20s, you start already seeing some changes on the skin, beginning of 30s, the middle 30s. So when you start earlier, kind of avoid to have damage later on. So the earlier you start, even if it's the sunscreen, you don't need to add all the steps, but add at least one to it.
Yeah.
Your skin will be grateful some years later.
What downside that we need to be aware of? Anyone that this is not for, or any risk, or like, hey, if you have this diagnosis, you don't want it, anything like that?
I mean, we always want to apply on a skin that is healthy. There is no damage or open wounds on the skin. But the way we develop all our formulas, and I'm very proud of it, we are very careful on the safety side. We run a lot of studies in our lab, testing on skin to make sure that there is no side effect. All our products, they are fragrance-free, and we run tests for sensitization and allergies. So it's very safe for sensitization skin.
So
We are,
hypoallergenic, basically. Like,
yes.
yeah.
Recently, we got the certification from the National Eczema Foundation for all our products, so they are safe for sensitive skin.
Okay. Any one, like if someone has autoimmune or you're still okay with this as long as there's not
Yeah.
open wounds? Okay. So
Yeah.
no issues with that. What about this has just happened to me. I was super frustrated because I've been really committed to like I want to use this for 3 months and like really see the difference. And then I was traveling and I didn't bring it. Both trips I forgot it for a week. So what happens in those cases? Like you're using it daily and then you don't use it for a week. Is that gonna are you starting all over?
It's not that you're starting all over. Like you're always you have a break there of 1 week and you
Hmm.
come back, your skin will still it's still on the benefit side.
Okay.
You stop like for 3 months, for 2 months, your
That's
skin will
different.
miss that more. But like a 1 week, or if you do alternate, like forgot one day, it's not that
Yeah.
it needs to be like that. Yeah.
Alessandra, you have like, I mean, you're just your skin looks like perfect to me. Like you guys, if you're watching her on video, it looks like she doesn't have a drop of makeup and she just has this like perfect porcelain, amazing skin. What other tips do you have for us? Talk to us.
I mean, I mentioned to you earlier, and I feel it feels a little bit biased to say, but I can send picture of me 4 years
Mhm.
ago before starting
Okay.
using OneSkin. I always had so much problem with my skin, was always super reactive, was always like getting red, burning. And today to receive compliments on my skin, I always feel like, wow, because I never thought this
Okay.
would happen. So the change that was big for me these past years was slowing down on excess of products and keeping
Hmm.
more simple with the things that are effective. And this helped a lot my skin. But coincidentally, like on this process of building this company, very focused on longevity, I really changed a lot of my habits style.
Okay.
I'm a person, I exercise daily. I take care of my diet, avoiding like processed food and excess of sugar. And I also take care a lot of my sleep. So I think all of
Mm,
that, it's the kind of the basics, but sometimes we never do it correctly. But I feel that today, even though I'm 37, I have more energy than when I'm
yeah.
27, you know? You feel that your body is just at the performing at the best. And I don't have many hacks. I keep it simple
Okay.
to the basic, and
Like,
yeah.
do you use red light or anything like that too, or no?
I not use frequently. Red light is something that I want to. I
Hmm.
do once every 3 months or something like.
Okay. But not like a day. It's not a daily thing, and your skin looks
No,
this
it's
good.
not
It's
a daily
amazing.
thing yet. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah. So do you have like I know you study skin and you are the scientist here. Like are there any like like success stories that stand out that we should hear about? Like I'm just curious about the woman that like hated her skin or was trying like any of those that stand out in your mind that you know that you're grateful you do what you do because of that. Those
Yeah,
stories.
I mean, I do. For me, like on this process of building one skin, I saw the benefits for me to my skin. When I see, for instance, our body lotion has so many reviews of
I
people
saw
that
that.
had crepiness skin, that couldn't wear shorts anymore, that were like
Wow.
ashamed of using like short sleeves, and they just like, oh, the skin on my upper arm is so much better now. The skin around my knee, I'm using shorts again. All those stories, or even like more thin skin that
Hmm.
used to bruise a lot, and they just like have the reviews that the skin is not bruising that much, is feeling more healthier. This motivates me so much
I'll
and makes
bet.
me so inspired. And also, there's also the other ones like improve the appearance of the skin. But when you see that improve the function of like the skin is really like
Totally.
longer. We receive a lot of those reviews, and they always like enlighten the whole
I
team.
love
And
that.
we're just like, okay, we're doing the right thing.
You are. I will share that before I ever tried your product, I had done like a reel on Instagram and or it was a picture or a reel, I don't remember, but I was sharing that I had moved from California to Arizona and it's super dry here. And I was asking my audience for advice. I'm like, okay, one of the things I asked was, what can I do for skin? Like my skin feels dry and I've got the brown spots and I've got the aging. Like, what do you guys recommend? And I was literally asking, like, what do they recommend? And so many people wrote OneSkin. And I was like, wait a minute, like there's something to this. So I saw that on my own just from asking that question. And this was not like influencers telling me or anything like that. Like I saw people's comments. So that's when I started trying it. And then I ended up making a reel about it because I was like, this is freaking awesome. This is definitely making a difference. So I will report back to everybody because I am it sounds like I'm almost to that 3 month. Well, I still have another like few weeks to really go to see a difference. I wish I had taken better like close up pictures before and after because I want to compare.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm
almost like
loving it.
where are the pictures to compare? Sometimes we forget, but yeah.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to be a client for life here because I really like it. And I especially love your sunblock and all things. Well, this is so helpful. Any other things you want my women to know about aging or any advice that you want them to know about skin? And what are some final things about OneSkin, which by the way, before she answers that, if you go to oneskin.co, Natalie you'll find all the stuff that I use there. And I believe if you use code Natalie Jill, if it's not already built on that page, if you end up on their site a different way, that helps you get a little bit of a discount there. So, but oneskin.co /Natalie Jill. All right, tell us what do you want them to know?
Okay, I think like the message that I want to share is that improving the appearance of the skin is important, make us feel good about our skin. But just remember that the skin is an organ, is a vital organ that we need to keep it functioning well so it will help our body throughout aging. So treating your skin like to a better, strong skin barrier, it's actually like protecting your internal body on this process of aging.
Really
So
good.
this is something that people don't realize that much, that there is a connection on like maintaining, taking care of your skin early on and throughout the life, because what leads us to after 65 years old to be more susceptible for chronic diseases is an increase of inflammation in our body.
Wow.
The skin, because it's a large organ, is contributing to this level of inflammation that's increasing in our body. So when we take care of our skin and we reduce this burden of inflammation throughout life, we're actually like working on a stronger body that will be more helpful for you later on in life and will help reduce the burden of inflammation on your body as well. So there's a lot of correlation of the treating your skin, not only for the appearance, but to really to keep your body better and more healthier later on in life.
So if you're listening to this too, and you've had some good experiences with this, please let us know. Whether you're watching it on YouTube, comment under the video. I'd love to see that. This is all new to me about topical peptides and this product, and I do love it right now. So I think this is great. I feel like I found my happy medium with, going all toxic or being like fully natural. Like this is that thing that's working for me and it's super simple. Thank you so much for being here today, Alessandra.
Thank you so much, Natalie.